Assalamualaikum everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. This is a vlog in DC. We went down for our quarterly visit and I absolutely love going to DC. It's just an exciting trip for me. First we started in Old Town, which is in Virginia, took a nice little walk in the cold and decided to go down to the wharf, which was frozen, so that was so cool to see. And there's this cute little restaurant right on the edge with lights still up. It was absolutely beautiful and nobody was really outside. Afterwards, we decided to go get halal food and a Nutella shake, which was absolutely bomb, before we headed to our hotel and enjoyed a nice warm bath. I really love the bath in this hotel. The next morning, I decided to get coffee and breakfast downstairs in the hotel before I decided to go on a solo date to the Museum of Natural History, which is my favorite museum. I think it's probably because of my anthropology background. Saw really cool things like the giant squid, as well as cave markings, bronze statues of Neanderthals in action, which was really cool and unique to this museum, as well as my favorite section, which is the ancient Egyptian section, which we will see later, with an actual adult human mummy as well as a child's mummy, in which they were able to reconstruct the facial features to give you a clue as to what the baby would have looked like at the time in which he died, which I thought was really cool to see how technology is being used for these scientific endeavors. The next morning, we decided to go to a cafe. It was an Indonesian cafe, so we had halal breakfast, which was such a treat in DC. Next, I decided to visit the Museum of Art, which is the National Museum Art Gallery, and I love this museum. I actually come to this one every single time I'm in DC. I never get tired of looking at these art pieces, especially sculptures in the Impressionism section. Absolutely gorgeous, and there's just so much to explore and look at and just be in awe of. This museum also has sculpture gardens. There's about 3 of them, and I was able to capture those. But absolutely stunning, great places to sit and just enjoy, relax, read, sketch. Beautiful experience, and I absolutely recommend everybody coming to this museum if they're ever in DC. This particular gallery was pretty cool considering it was dedicated to just ships, shipwrecks, paintings of ships, and even this sculpture of a ship which is made of wood. Additionally, the section which I walked into this gallery is dedicated just to one story and different mosaics telling that story, which was so spectacular, and there are several of these throughout the museum. The next morning, we ended up grabbing pastries and coffee from a cute cafe across the street from our hotel called the Dolphin, which was pretty cool. And then we ended up walking to the Hill, to the U.S. House of Representatives, and then to the Capitol and the Senate, because my husband's currently working there. So got really cool tour, got to see really unique pieces and the beautiful architecture that is just detailed throughout each of these places. Even the Foreign Affairs Office was pretty cool to see. I definitely enjoy the perks of being married to my husband and being able to have all of these great experiences and being able to see all of these really important places. Afterwards, we decided to catch the subway and grab dessert. It was my first time trying Van Leeuwen ice cream and hot chocolate. It was so delicious, and I'm so happy we got to try it on this very snowy day. Afterwards, all good things come to an end, unfortunately, so we had to pack up and we headed over the frozen Potomac, which was cool to see, to grab comforting Turkish breakfast, our absolutely go-to comfort food. And then we decided to explore downtown for a little bit more before we wrapped up and headed home. Overall, it was such a fun trip, really cool. Got to see some amazing things and visit some of my favorite museums, which is always fun. When we headed home, we were greeted by a massive snowstorm, but nevertheless, it was so beautiful. So really got to enjoy settling back home and getting cozy and just getting back into routine.